Hey, good morning everybody. This is Brittany at Big Cat Rescue here in Tampa, Florida. And it is moving cat day. Miss Nala is about to join Zukari and Alethea out in the new Serval section. So she's already in lockout. And we already have the squeeze cage. Thank you guys for sharing this. We'll go live several times today as we move cats around. Nala's just the first one of the morning. You can see Hutch in the background encouraging her. I think Hutch might go sooner than later as well. I think the goal might be to put one new Serval out there per week until they've all moved. We already know I'm not Nala's favorite, so I'm not gonna crowd her too much.
I think last time we just walked up and one and she was like, no. Just some housekeeping. Flinch. I think so. It's okay. Uh-oh. Scary boards are coming.
Hutch is like, I'll go. Pick me, pick me. Well, we've only moved 2 Servals to Outback thus far, so she's the third one. We still have Hutch and Dez and Ginger and Cricket.
Oh man. Nobody wants those. You might as well go in the box.
So it's going to be Serval Jenga. We'll use the boards to kind of create a squeeze cage on this side. So close, mamas. There we go. Good job, lady.
If you would have just brought one, she would have gone. She calculated her risk.
So what you guys just saw there, if you're new to us, this is a feeding lockout. So you can see that there's food on her feeding slab. That's what Afton used to call her in, and then she closed the door and got her in that small section. And then Jordan and Kat brought over the squeeze cage to put on the other side of the door, shifted her in there, so that's just leftover food. She'll get her full breakfast once she gets settled. A lot of times when we first move them, it's too exciting and too much going on for them to eat right away, so. Which one's she going in? The one by Zukari.
The one by
Alright, so might do boy girl. We're gonna have Zukari and then it'll be Nala next door. Alethea is all the way on the other end, but apparently the enclosure next to her, the pool needs repaired, so The goal of moving the servals out there, which has always been traditionally tiger enclosures, is for one, to give the landscape time to recover and grow. With tigers, they sure don't allow a lot of grass or plants to grow. They kind of trample everything. So we've been transplanting a lot of ferns and bromeliads and grasses and planting grass seed and all of that good stuff. But also because most of the servals that live here have lived in this section and in these same enclosures for many, many years. So Carol really wanted them to have the opportunity to just have a new environment. So their environment is got a ton of natural enrichment. There's Jasmine. Like, where are you taking that cat? So they can watch the lake, all the birds on the lake. They're also going to have access to swimming pools. They're also going to have really big platforms, really big dens. So a lot of stuff that they've never gotten to have before. And the square footage is a lot larger and more wide open than what they had before. They were kind of smaller sections with a bunch of them. A bunch of smaller bubbles all connected and that kind of twist and turn, whereas these are kind of much wider spaces, much bigger lockouts, which we're a little worried that might make it harder to catch them when we need to catch them, because you saw how Nala just kind of hunkered down and was not going to move. But it's a small enough lockout for us to kind of do the natural squeeze. And in these really huge lockouts, I don't know. It's a little intimidating to feed Zucari and Alethea in these huge lockouts because they try to stand up. And that's when you really see just how long and tall and lanky and crazy these servals can be. So you guys know Zucari's in this one, this end one with that big tree stump, that big platform, this stage platform, this big den here, and now Nala's gonna go right next door. I'm gonna get myself out of the way here. So we're also going to move our vacation rotation enclosures today. So you'll notice that Simba Tiger is locked in the roof section. We'll move him home. He's going back to the same enclosure next door to Kali that we had just moved him into. And then Max Tiger is up next, but today is going to be a lot of projects. So it'd be much later this afternoon or evening, potentially even tomorrow if for some reason something doesn't get done today. But it would be Simba Tiger going home and Max Tiger coming out. Manny Jaguar will go home from Funcation. And then Flint and Nabisco are up next for Funcation. And if you guys saw on my public Facebook page for Big Cat Rescue, I just posted that we have a brand new design with Flint and Nabisco. It's the design that Jamie made for a water bottle that we put out last year on their 1-year friend-iversary, which was in July. And then she put that design on a shirt and everybody loved it in one of our hospital lives recently. So I decided to slap it onto a bunch of products. So it's on our spring store and on our BigCatRescue.biz store now. But on the spring store you can get towels, a yoga mat, pint glass, all kinds of different things. Let's see where Zucari is. I think he's hiding under that stage platform over there. So, as a preview, Nala will have this front section here. Maybe she'll sit on top of that ball. She used to sit on top of her tree dens. She's gonna have this really big den here. It's one big section, and then her feeding lockout is this right here. she'll have her coolaroo. We know she loves her coolaroo. And then she has this like 3-step platform system and her own swimming pool. And then this tunnel here is what is going to keep Zukari and her separated from each other. There's going to be a lot of mowing and weed eating and checking platforms and dens today, so it'll probably be quick to move everybody home, but to put the new cats out for their rotation might take a while, so you guys can watch all that kind of action at bigcatcams.com. We have a vacation rotation camera, we have a vacation rotation feeding camera on the feeding lockout. And then we also have the Funcation camera. I don't know if the new Ricotta one's up and going yet. She's got to come this way. So. We'll wait till goodness, I actually don't even think I got it. Goodness sakes, lady. She's like, I heard about these bobcat releases. What is that? Nala Bean. Nala Bean. She's like, this is gonna be really weird. Oh, what is that giant thing? Biggest water bowl you ever saw. So again, this is Nala Serval. She just moved out to a brand new enclosure she's never ever been in before. This whole section back here was considered outback for the big tigers, lions. We have fewer and fewer of those, and so what we've been doing is expanding all the small cat cages and allowing them to have all this awesome view. Like, her view is now this. She'll be endless hours of bird watching. Whoa, that was a very big jump, lady. You gotta use the small platform to come back down. She just hopped right up there. No effort. Gonna be a very busy day for Nala Bean. I'm sure as soon as we clear out of here, we're gonna see a lot of Serval chatting. We're gonna have Zukari out here being nosy. Alright guys, well, I think we are going to be moving along to the next cat move. So, let's see.
Just maybe like just kind of into some chunks. I don't think he's gonna need it, but I would just make it accessible. Grab some tongs.
So we're gonna get ourselves organized for the next set of moves. I'm assuming it's gonna be Manny because they're all driving away from Simba and he's the other one. So thank you guys for joining, and we'll check in with Nala again next week once she has time to get settled. But we'll go get everything put together to bring Manny Jaguar home, and then we will be taking Mr. Simba home as well. So you guys can rewatch this daily bigcat.com, and I will come back when we've got another move happening.